What's up guys? Today 11th Hour Games revealed the trailer for their next big update, the first post-launch cycle, Harbingers of Ruin, which will be releasing on Tuesday, July 9th. After the trailer, they also posted a blog post going over all the new features coming in the update. The main features are the addition of a new evade system similar to what D4 already has and what PoE 2 is going to have. There's also the new Nemesis mechanic, which will be a source of loot throughout the leveling process and the monolith progression process as well. And the big ticket feature for the patch will be the new Pinnacle boss system, including a new faction, the Forgotten Knights, as well as multiple new bosses you must clear through to gain access to the most difficult boss the game has seen so far, the Pinnacle boss Aberoth. With that quick rundown out of the way, let's get into the details for each feature. They're adding a new evade ability to every class with a baseline of 2 charges and a 4-second cooldown that scales with character level. Functionally, this will work similarly to how the evade works in D4 and PoE 2, the main difference being that in last Epoch, it won't have any associated immunity frames. The stated intention is for evade to be used as a mobility tool rather than a defensive iframe avoidance type ability, and they want it to be a viable option for characters that decide they don't want a traversal skill in their build. There will also be some new items that directly affect the functionality of evade, but it won't have its own skill tree so as to not completely outclass all traversal skills. The new cycle mechanic is called Nemesis, and the way it works is, as you play through the game, you will occasionally come across an already slain enemy surrounded by floating armor. If you interact with the slain Nemesis, you will be shown a set of items and given 3 options for how to interact with the Nemesis. You can banish the Nemesis to essentially skip this set of items and have a completely new set with the next Nemesis encounter. You can challenge the Nemesis to fight it immediately, and if you manage to defeat it, you will be given all of the items you were shown. And finally, you can empower the Nemesis, which allows you to immediately fight it like with the challenge. However, instead of getting the items when you defeat it, they will instead be changed in random ways, and then the next Nemesis encounter will have the same Nemesis, presumably stronger than the first time around, and all of the same items you just empowered. The ways the items can be changed by empowering them include increasing the affix tiers, increasing forging or legendary potential, adding new non-experimental sealed affixes, or upgrading non-experimental sealed affixes on the item, and this can even upgrade them all the way to tier 6 or 7, which hasn't been possible before now. The final part of the Nemesis mechanic is the Egg of the Forgotten, which will sometimes appear as an item on a Nemesis encounter, and you have 2 options with the egg. You can either challenge the Nemesis immediately and the Nemesis will drop a random unique in place of the egg, or you can take a unique item that you have that has no legendary potential and swap the egg out for it, allowing it to be empowered via the Nemesis system like any other item. The new faction being added, the Forgotten Knights, will be closely associated with the progression towards fighting the new Pinnacle boss. Therefore, it won't be exclusive like the other 2 factions are, so you'll be able to join regardless of membership in those factions. You will unlock access to the faction after defeating your first Harbinger boss. You increase your rep with them by killing Harbingers and the Pinnacle boss. And increasing your rep will provide various bonuses to help better your acquisition of loot and progression through other features, much like the other factions do. Harbingers will become available deeper within the Monolith of Fate, and as you increase the corruption levels of your timelines, the Harbinger encounters become more common. Each Harbinger is its own boss fight, and there are 2 types, Agile Harbingers and Brute Harbingers. Each type has its own individual skill sets, as well as gaining additional abilities from the boss of the timeline you are fighting them in. You must kill a Harbinger once in each timeline for the portal to the Pinnacle boss Aberoth to open. In order to face Aberoth, you will need Eyes of the Harbinger. Each time you kill a Harbinger for the first time in a specific timeline, you are guaranteed to get an eye, and then it will be a chance to drop from each kill afterwards. The fight with Aberoth will take place across all 4 eras from the campaign, and he has a different set of abilities for each era. This fight is intended to be the most difficult one in the game so far. In order to maintain the integrity of the Race to World First Aberoth kill, he won't be available on offline or legacy servers until either the first kill on online servers or if a week has gone by, whichever comes first. That's all for the major changes coming in the new update. There's a few other small things like a rework to their boss defense system, a new glyph for gaining more timeline stability on alts, and a new consumable idol for getting Gaze of Oribus stacks faster. If you're interested in checking out the details for those, I'll link the blog post in the description. Appreciate you guys stopping by again, and I'm really looking forward to checking out this update in a few weeks. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.